Okay, here we are in the second half of Lesson 4, Lesson 4B, Doors and Windows. We got cut a little short on the previous lesson, so to continue along here, in this view, what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to go into View Properties, and I'm going to go into Visibility, and I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to turn my walls back on. As well, I'm going to go into Annotations here, and I'm going to go to Reference Planes. And I'm going to turn those off because I don't think I need them as much right now, so I can see things a little bit better. I'm also going to go back into there and I'm going to change my detail to be fine, and I'm going to change my scale to be 1/4 inch equals 1 foot, so things show up a little nicer in there. And now I can go down and maybe zoom into this area here. Insert a door, so I'm going to insert a door. I can either get the door from here or I can load the door from a library, go anywhere I want. By default, we go into the Revit Imperial Library here, and we can see where that is. And so we go into Doors, and then we can go through here and pick a door we want. We hit OK to bring that door in. When that door comes in an RFA file, it comes in with various sizes of that version, and then you can change that size of that door as you please once it's in your drawing. It will also be saved in this template file if you wanted to save this template file with that particular type of door in there. So we've got a nice big front door in there, and maybe I'm going to go down here and add a back door. So I can go door and I can load from library, but I'm just going to pick a door off of here, 3-foot door. I'm going to click on that door to bring it in. Once I place that door, I have to hit escape to stop inserting doors, and then I can flip this, and that'll turn that door around over there. Of course, in the elevations it's all updating. Now maybe throw some windows in. Load from library, and I'll go into Windows here, and what type of windows do I have? Some openings, and that looks like a good window right there. So I bring that window in. It's going to again come with its sizes, various sizes. And there's that window, so I'm just going to start placing them. As we place these windows in the drawing, we'll see temporary dimensions in here, and this is where we can go in after the window's been placed and click on this dimension and place whatever dimension we want on there. And when we hard dimension our we'll actually put dimensions in later, we can put constraints on there. So for now I'm just going to go around and add some windows here, and you can see that there's a texture to my walls because I made the walls interior gypsum board in my last lesson. So I'll just continue around to populate the walls with some windows here. We can experiment as much as we want with the properties and the sizes of these windows. And I might even go up to the second floor plan and add some windows in there, and maybe even put some windows out here facing the garage. Lots of windows in there. Okay, now when you go into Windows, we can go into Properties. You can go into Edit, and usually you should duplicate when you go into here when you want to try changing the sizes and the heights and the locations of the various, basically the properties. Always do a duplicate, give it a different name, and that way you could take what I've been doing here and just change them to be the size you want. Now let's go down to the garage slab. I need to put a garage door in there, so I'm going to say door, and I'm going to say load from library. I'm going to go into my doors, and I'm going to look for an overhead sectional door. I'll bring that in. Overhead sectional door comes in. I believe it's an 8-foot door. So I think I'm going to go to properties. And inside of here I should go duplicate. As I just said, I'm going to defy the rules and make it just 16 foot in there. Hit OK. And brings in that door for me. Again, dimensions, we can strategically locate that a little bit later. And maybe while I'm in this plan, I can go and add a couple more windows in the side here. Again, just to kind of make our house look a little more complete. Oh, I keep hitting escape too soon. And then we can now have another look at our 3D view here. Okay, we probably might have wanted put a window up in there. Shift click with my middle mouse button. I can see rotating this around. Okay, I need to put a basement slab in, I notice, and I need to maybe put some footing pads in there, which is not difficult. Now we can get various lighting fixtures that we can place and we can draw. We're going to put an additional roof above the door here. In fact, let's try to do that with this plan right here. So let's go to roof, and let's do a roof by extrusion and specify a plane to work on. We're going to say pick a plane, and I'm going to say I'm going to pick this plane. And now I'm going to draw some lines, and I'm going to actually change maybe to the elevation to the east. Have a look at that. Zoom in a little closer and draw some lines in here. And we'll go back maybe to that 3D view. And I think what we'll do is we'll get to that roof canopy just a little bit later. So if we want to put a roof canopy on here coming off of this wall, we were roof, and then we go roof by extrusion. And we're going to pick a plane here, so we hit OK, and we'll go down and pick this surface right in here. Puts us in sketch mode right away. So this is where we can just do line work. And for instance, I can start over here, and we can work on different planes as well. Notice it's helping me keep my geometry nice and square there. So at that point I can go into properties here, and I can have a look at what it's doing, extruding from 0 to, if I wanted to come out for instance 4 feet, I type in 4 feet here and hit OK. It's a 12-inch generic. Well, maybe I don't want it to be 12-inch generic. I could go in and edit and copy, but that's okay. I'll leave it at that depth. Then I just say finish sketch, and then I get my roof that comes out a little bit there. And one thing I need to do lastly here, I just notice I need a floor for my front deck. So I'm going to go to my main floor plan. I'm going to zoom in over here, and now we need to just put a front porch on there. So I'm going to go back to my floor, and I'm going to say floor properties is on the main floor, but offset by -4 inches, because I want it to be set down from the main floor, and I hit OK. And that's easy as going into doing lines, doing a rectangle, and then clicking on out here. Putting that in. I could lock in these options so they move with those edges, but I'm just going to go finish sketch in here, and it's going to put that in. And so now let's go back and have a look at our 3D. Okay, there's my front porch, or my front porch, and we'll put some stairs and a railing on there. So we've got that. And then just if we wanted to, for instance, we could go down to the main floor plan in here, and we can see where some of the fun starts, where we can now go view, new, and we can put a camera in here, for instance. Maybe bring it back a little bit. Put a camera in like that. Next thing you know, it'll generate 3D view for us in perspective mode. Okay, we haven't really done a lot of work so far, but you can see here that we can get a very good 3D view, and we'll say shading with edges. Again, once we get some landscaping and some grading in there, it's going to make this look like it's not floating out in the middle of space. But that's just getting us started with our house objects. And that concludes our 3D house start to finish second half of lesson 4.